everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you again for joining me. Today we're going to do a review on the new Too Faced White Peach palette. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen it. It has kind of that ombre effect. It's a really nice sturdy palette. It has the cute little peaches right there. You open it up to a really nice giant mirror. You get 12 shades. Some of them are a little bit on the chunkier side of glittery. Some of them are mattes, and some of them have a little hint of a little satiny look. And I kind of love it because, you know, it's a little different. The colors are way different than the palettes that are out there right now. Of course, that's going to be changing in the next couple months, but I kind of really like it. Now, I've mainly been using this palette. I kind of call it my headshot palette because, you know, I'm a pro artist and I'm always doing actors and models and headshots and stuff like that. So this is a palette that I've been going to for my girls that just want to look natural. They don't want to wear a ton of makeup or anything like that. So if that's you, you know, this is a perfect palette, and you do have your little bit of a darker tones right there that in the evening you could kind of throw this palette in your bag and just kind of, you know, make your eyes a little bit sassy. So I'm going to go ahead, put my glasses on so that we could go ahead and go through some of these beautiful colors. Now, it does smell like peaches. It smells like peaches. And actually, when you're applying it, it smells like peaches. So it smells like peaches all the time. So the first one I'm going to swatch is the Peach Cream, which is that color right there. They are very buttery, they're very blendable, and they do last a pretty good amount of time. I do notice that they also have, I have swatches from something else. Let me do that one again. I do notice that there's a little bit of a kickback. So, you know, if you're digging into it, you're gonna find a little bit of a kickback. And if you do this, I like to kind of go in the back of my hand, a paper towel, because it takes off the excess. Because sometimes you're still going to get a lot of that product on your eyelids. Okay, so the next one we're going to go into is Peaches and Dream. That color right there. Okay. So as you can see, they're just nice light colors. Cream de la Peach. I always like to show you how they swatch. Now this one does have a little bit of glitter in them. So you are going to probably find, oh, the next one is Peach Sorbet. You are going to find that some of these shadows are going to have fallout as far as like the glittery in them. So a good thing that I recommend to use is some kind of glitter glue, because that's going to keep that shadow on a lot longer. That color is, I'm getting ahead of myself, is a Glistening Peach. I'm in love with that color. And that's definitely one that you're going to need glitter glue. Oops, something fell. Peach and Smoothie is this one. The next one is Sweet Fig. So as you can see, they're just light. All right, the next one is Peach Ice. And another thing you have to be careful, that's so beautiful. Another thing, and then there's Fuzzy. The one thing that you have to remember about these colors, that if you mix certain colors together, like let's say on the grill and this white, this peach ice, if you mix those two, you're gonna get kind of like a grayish color that, you know, I'm not really a huge fan of gray. That one is on the grill. I'm not really a huge fan of gray. I feel like it doesn't really do a lot of, you know, justice. Sometimes if you're a certain skin type, it could start looking a little too charcoaly and it just doesn't look right. Like it just doesn't complement certain, you know, skin tones. So just be careful when you're mixing those two colors. And the next one is Peach Passion. And that's that gritty color that has the glitter. So like I said, some of these colors, you're definitely gonna have to use the eyelash glue, the glitter glue, just to kind of keep that in place. So let's go ahead and kind of go into some of these colors. Oh, I wanted to mention, you know, I only have like a couple of brushes that I like to use. As I mentioned before, I like to keep the majority of my good brushes in my kit. So I always get the leftovers, but this Japanese makeup brush cleanser, this is a tiny one. I carry this on set. This is really nice because you could clean your brushes and disinfect them wipe it on a piece of paper, and then immediately they're dry. Like, you don't have to sit there and wait hours or whatever for your brush to dry. It cleans them and, you know, dries out immediately. So these are really good for those of you that are not, you know, very familiar with that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to go into Peach Sorbet, which is this color right here. Now I call it my headshot, you know, eyeshadow, because sometimes when I do headshots, a lot of the beginning actors or whatever, they kind of want to look like themselves. They don't want to look like they're wearing a ton of makeup. It's just, you're looking your best. So I've been kind of going to this palette because it is a good palette to have if you want to make somebody look nice and natural and just kind of bring out their features. That's why I said that if you're a natural girl, this is going to probably be a palette for you. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Peach Suede, this one right here. Okay, let me bring you in a little bit. Did I do that right? I did. I forget that I could do that now. All right, now I'm going to go into Peach Suede. And I'm just going to go back and forth on my lid. See, it just shows a bit of color. And you know what? Actually, if you don't want to wear anything else but this, and then put some mascara and blush and stuff like that, you could totally be done and off you go. Okay, that's what that looks like. All right, so now I'm going to go into the Creme de la Peach, this one right here. And I'm going to go on my lid, my lower lid, just kind of go back and forth and blend that all out with my finger. And I'm using my Shape Tape foundation, and I'm like really in love with it. But I can't wait to order the rest of the, or actually not order, but for them to come out so that I could buy them, because ordering them is kind of a pain in the booty. So again, you could kind of stop there. You don't need to keep adding. All right, so now I'm gonna go, first of all, that was my Morphe 433 fluffy brush. Now I'm gonna go into one of my crown brushes that is kind of like, it doesn't have a number or anything like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into that Peach Suede. I'm just gonna go underneath. Add a little bit of color because it's not going to be too much. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and go into my glitter glue, and this is my Beauty Bakery glitter glue, and I'm going to dab that on my lid. And then I'm going to go into that glistening peach, because that's the color that has, you know, fallout because of that glitter. That's what that looks like. And it will stay on. Now, if you're having trouble with fallout, I suggest putting your foundation after you put on, you know, any eyeshadow like this. Okay, and I'm going to go into the other side. I still haven't done my nails. I know I say that every single time. I actually had time today, but I chose to go to the movies instead. Okay, you see how pretty that is? So this is one way of wearing these eyeshadows. It's just really pretty and soft. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of liquid liner. This is my NYX liner that I always rave about. Hopefully I'm not doing this crooked. And a little bit of glue. All right, So now we're gonna go ahead, put a little bit of eyelash glue on my lashes that I love. And again, I'm using House of Lashes glue because, as I mentioned before, I feel like this glue is easy to pull off the eyelashes without breaking them. Because, I mean, the dual, it comes off and I do love it, but sometimes it's too strong and they kind of mess up my lashes up. All right, so now I'm gonna go do a little bit of a different look. We're gonna go into Sweet Fig right there, and we're going to go underneath the lash line. Okay, now we're gonna go into On the Grill. Now, this is a black shadow, but it's not like super dark. At first I actually thought it was like a deep chocolate until I started applying it. So it's just really nice and light. This is just going to be a soft, smoky look. See, just really soft. All right, so now I'm going to go into that glitter glue again. Apply a little bit more on the eyelid. And then I'm going to go into that Peach Passion. And this color actually is best with your finger or a flat brush, but I actually just like applying it with my finger. And I do have some of that other color, so. Now if you're really careful and just dab it on there, you shouldn't have too much of a fallout going on. And then just kind of go over with the clean finger and just kind of, you know, spread it around. Now this is the chunkiest one out of all the colors for sure. Now the color's not showing true because of that peach color that I showed you. So if I'm going to do a look like that, I'm normally not going to put, you know, all those other eyeshadows just because I want it to really pop, but I wanted to show you, I wanted to show you two different looks. And because I'm blind, I messed up. So let me fix that. Okay. Okay, back we go. As you can see, it's just a really pretty color. Maybe I should have did one eye different than the other. But I did this look the other day and it was really pretty and very, very vibrant. So you have to be careful when you blend it because it will have fallout. And this is actually really pretty on darker skin tones too. Because I did it the other day, so I know. And then you could just kind of dab that color underneath of it. So I'm dabbing the Peach Passion on top of the On the Grill color. And that's it. Now I'm going to put my lashes on. I could put it on. And you don't have to make it, you know, so light. This color actually goes on really dramatic, but because, you know, I have those other colors that I showed you, that's why it's not going on as vibrant as it actually is. I do have a little bit of a fallout, but that's totally my fault because I was messing around with that Shape Tape foundation that I love. Anyway, this is what it looks like. It's just a beautiful, simple little palette. Let me add a little bit more. These colors totally work best with your fingers, the glittery ones. Don't forget to add eyelash glue, and you know, I like it. It's just a simple palette. It's not for those of you that love like a ton of eyeshadow and a lot of payoff. You know, you're gonna see all these crazy colors. That's definitely not this palette. It's just really simple and light. except for like this color that you have to lose. So it is a little bit on the high maintenance side, but like I said, it's my Het Shop palette, love it. And that's it. I mean, some people might love it, some people might not, and that's okay. So anyway, please give this video a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.